For this, the first fight of the night is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson. The Irish-American, 8 years the elder of the Brit, Dan Hardy will have a 4-inch reach advantage. To officially get us started here in Cologne, here is Bruce Buffer.
Guten Abend, Kahn. Wir sind jetzt in Deutschland. Meine Damen und Herren, ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Langes Arena in Cologne, Germany for UFC 99. And now, it's time to begin our first bout of the evening. 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 21 wins with 6 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, 77.3 kilos. Fighting out of Nottingham, England, Dan the Outlaw Hardy! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 21 wins with 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds, 77.7 kilos. Fighting out of Bangor, Maine, USA, the Irish hand grenade, Marcus When the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, our referee. UFC 99, the comeback. Marcus Davis. Dan Hardy, ready to settle the score.
Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Come on, let's do this!
The first round of this fight is brought to you by Activision's new video game Prototype. Available now. White trunks for the Southpaw Davis. Red trunks for the Outlaw, Dan Hardy. Davis was very effective with that left kick against Chris Lytle.
Yeah, Marcus Davis, though he's known as being a powerful puncher and a brawler, is a very crisp technician as well. A very good counter puncher. And Dan Hardy, man, I gotta tell you, he takes genuine delight in getting under Marcus's skin. I mean, he really is enjoying watching Marcus get pissed off.
Well, we'll see if he enjoys the fact that he pissed him off.
Absolutely, look at this. Marcus going for the takedown. Very interesting.
Marcus Davis has won on multiple occasions by submission in this UFC career.
Dan Hardy using that underhook, avoiding that takedown. Marcus is trying to trip him, but the cage is behind him, so it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to pull him away to try to get that trip.
Both men in their careers, Joe, 21 victories. Even though Davis is older, 21-6, 21-5, their overall records.
Now Marcus has had some shoulder problems in the past, and those plagued him in his fight with Mike Swick.
His only loss in a long time. 13 of his last 14 fights victorious.
Stay busy, guys. Get some in that position.
Yeah, he just was unable to perform up to his potential in that fight. He was, he had a shoulder injury going into it, tried to gut it out, but just really couldn't fight the way he wanted to. He's dragging him down to the ground, and he's got it. And he's on top in Dan Hardy's half guard, and he's moving to mount. He's got the mount.
Got the full mount. Marcus Davis pounding away early.
This is not good for Dan Hardy right away.
Watch for the elbows.
Dan Hardy has got to push the hips away, and he's got to escape. He gets the half guard at least, and he turns into him.
Dan Hardy, as you know, spent a month in the U.S. at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu with Eddie Bravo, so he has really improved his ground game.
Yeah, he's worked very hard on that aspect of his game. You know, initially he was a striker. He's got a high guard here. Marcus on top.
Davis avoids.
Marcus looking for some ground and pound here. Dan's got to be very careful. Marcus passes. Marcus has his back.
Davis is so big and strong, especially for a welterweight. This may very well be a George St. Pierre, BJ Penn type of strategy. Lean on him, wear him down early.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then, you know, the arms are going to be filled up with blood. It's going to be difficult for Dan to strike. Now, right now, Dan's just got to be very careful of this position. Marcus is on his back. He doesn't have hooks in. Dan has control of one of Marcus's arms, and it's tough to tell how his hands are positioned, and it looks like he's just got double wrist control. But Dan could turn this around if he could pop his shoulders and head out from under Marcus's armpit. But Marcus is not going to let him. Marcus stays on top, and Marcus is using that left leg to control position.
Davis working on Hardy. First round, fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
If Hardy, look at this. If Hardy can get that right arm underneath the left arm of Marcus Davis, he could potentially reverse this position. Right now, Marcus is staying on top of him. Marcus has an excellent guillotine as well. Dan's got to be very careful.
Trying to take the back again.
He submitted Paul Kelly with a guillotine. He submitted several fights. Good knee to the body by Hardy, and another. Hardy back to his feet.
Foot stomp. Now Hardy trying to punish the body of Marcus Davis.
Oh, nice elbow.
Big time. Davis still in there.
Marcus
Davis is rocked. Hardy caught him with a right hand.
You know what? One of the things about Marcus has a tremendous chin. He was rocked very badly by Paul Taylor, took a big head kick, got grounded and pounded, eventually reversed the position, and got, oh, he's cut now.
He's cut on the forehead.
Marcus with the takedown.
Final 10 seconds of the round. You could hear that shot that Marcus Davis took throughout the arena. Sold out Lanxess Arena, Cologne, Germany. 1 round down. 2 to go, potentially.
Marcus is walking back on his heels.
Beautiful round. Taking some big air right now. Big air. Beautiful. You're not cut. You're looking great. I want you to slow down your mind. You listening to me? Slow down. Okay? You had a great first round. He's going to start to hit the wall. Okay? I want you to throw that kick more and stay away. Stay at distance. Okay? Left kick to the body. Follow up with your left hand. Your left hand is getting through. I need you to set your left hand.
And here we see the big elbow of Dan Hardy, and that was the one, I believe, that cut Marcus. Let's take a look at it again. Nice elbow. Nope, that's not the one that cut him, but that did hurt him.
Like
Something else cut him because it was in the, I believe, near the hairline of Marcus Davis.
You're back in the gym, Marcus. You're back in the gym,
Marcus.
Left kick to set up the left hand. Marcus, left kick, left hand, put him back down, chip away. You're doing great, kid, you're ahead.
Delagrati speaking to Marcus Davis. Dan Hardy coming out of his corner. Marcus controlled a lot of that round, but that elbow was vicious, thrown by Hardy.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have scored that because Marcus did get the mounts. He had good positioning on Dan Hardy, but Dan Hardy definitely hurt Marcus.
Let's see if he does throw that left leg. Said the left hand's getting through as well, did Delagrati. There's the left kick. Hardy looking for the head kick.
Hardy throws a nice left leg, front leg side kick, and there he does. Tries to throw it right there.
Inside leg kick caught him.
Kicking-wise, I got to give the advantage to Dan Hardy. But you can never sleep on the hands of Marcus Davis, especially the short counters that he likes to throw.
Caught him with a little bit of a left.
Now, what I was saying before was that Dan Hardy was enjoying getting Marcus Davis pissed off. Now, the real question is Marcus Davis emotionally involved in this fight too much? Is he too worked up? And that's the big question, because for some guys, you know, it's like you get them fired up and they fight better. For other guys, it's like it's too much for them. They need to beat you so bad that they're tensed up. And will that happen with Marcus?
Well, he appeared to be very relaxed, even though he has a lot of anger against this kid.
Good left hand by Marcus.
Very relaxed all week, Joe, and now he lands the left again. And if there's one thing that Mark Delagrati preaches, it's you can't fight with emotion. Kenny Florian talks about it all the time.
Marcus is very confident with that left hand, and he's looking for it again.
Got him. Ducks under.
Good exchange.
Davis with that left hand.
And another thing about Dan Hardy, you got to say,
Davis is down. Hardy looking to finish. He caught him with a big knee. Marcus Davis has never been stopped in his career.
Well, he was stopped by Melvin Gillard, but that was just on cuts.
Davis has eaten 2 big shots, an elbow and a knee.
Marcus is looking for a triangle. He was looking for control on the right wrist. And that's one thing about Marcus. He is a professional boxer, but he has some very good submission skills. Submitted Paul Taylor, submitted Paul Kelly, especially with guillotines, pulled out a nice arm bar on Paul Taylor. He's not one-dimensional on the ground, and he's looking to control the wrist of Dan Hardy and try to pin it to his chest and perhaps look for a triangle. The thing is, this is the second armbar attempt.
Davis trying to crank the arm.
Dan's got to get that elbow higher up. He's got to yank it out. Right there, he's got to pull back, and he's trying, and he gets it out.
Davis gives it up.
But still, that was a dangerous little spot right there for Dan Hardy.
2 minutes remains in the second round.
That's what I was talking about with Marcus Davis, though. He's not one-dimensional. You got to be careful of it. There he goes. He's swinging for it again. You got to be careful of him in his guard. He attacks. He's not just going to hold you in this position and try to be defensive.
Elbow from Hardy. Dan Hardy looking to posture up.
Marcus looked to drop down and grab a hold of the heels of Dan Hardy and try to push him back. Dan's got to be careful laying down on putting his face on Marcus's chest, because that's when he can get caught with arm bars and triangles.
Good elbow from the bottom by Davis. What a battle here to start the night at Lanxess Arena, UFC 99. Next month, it's back to Las Vegas in UFC 100. Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, George St. Pierre, Thiago Alves, Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping. Log on to 100.com for broadcast information. 100.ufc.com for broadcast information. Davis does a nice job of ducking under again.
Davis had double underhooks, but, excuse me, yeah, Davis had double underhooks. Dan Hardy pummels under and lands a nice knee to the body.
Davis with the kick.
Nice
but the hands
counter.
came down.
Nice counter by Dan Hardy. Oh, big left hand by Davis.
30 seconds left in the round. Davis again closes the distance and
Davis
gets the takedown. That's huge on the judges' scorecard. Marcus Davis absolutely rocked by a knee early in the round. 10 seconds.
And that is the second time that Hardy has gone for a triangle or something with his legs, and Marcus has shrugged it off and wound up in side control. But good hip movement by Dan Hardy to get back to guard. Great second round.
First the elbow, then this, Joe.
And this was a nice knee here on the button, dropped Marcus Davis. Marcus was in all kinds of trouble here. And there's a nice left hand by Marcus Davis, and Dan Hardy smiled at him.
You understand? And he's give him something to wipe his mouth. Give him something to wipe his mouth. Yeah. Give me the water. Give him some water. Yeah, you've got to use that long distance. Because he's coming too close.
You're doing very well. All right, you're finding the left down the middle. Don't make mistakes, Marcus. This kid's dangerous. It only takes one punch. All right? You keep your mind, your body, and your heart sharp. Make sure this isn't right. Is it upside down? A little bit of water. You good? Yeah, Marcus, stop forcing everything. Marcus, you're 1 round away from shutting him up. You're 1 round away. Don't make mistakes, Marcus. Marcus, straight left.
Mark Delagrati You're 1 round away from shutting him up. Interesting, not beating him, shutting him up.
That's a good
That
point, though,
just
given
shows
everything.
you
Yeah, absolutely.
what Dan Hardy has done.
There goes third and final. Let's go. Come on. Let's do
I mean,
this.
how many times have Marcus Davis and Mark Delagrante talked about Dan Hardy? And how
every
much
day.
Marcus hates him.
Every single day on multiple occasions. That time Hardy goes down.
Now, Hardy's got to be real careful here, because every time he goes for something from his guard, Marcus shrugs it off and winds up in side control.
You know, the beautiful thing about this sport and the ever-evolving athletes that perform in the octagon is this is a professional boxer who's taken this fight to the ground on multiple occasions, and that's where he's winning the battle.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Seventh straight fight overseas for the Irish hand grenade. 8-2 in his UFC career.
Come on, guys. Let's progress down there.
Marcus Davis with a nice short elbow. And Marcus passes to half guard. Dan has a knee in between them, though, and he's going to use that to try to push him and use that underhook on the left side to try to stand back up again. What he wants to do is try to hold half guard, but try to sneak his right leg up and stand back up.
Davis's good friend George Gurgel, along with, of course, top lightweight contender Kenny Florian, training with Marcus a ton. Kenny getting ready for his title fight with BJ Penn. But that's got to help the ground game for Marcus Davis. All those years with the Florians around, and of course, his good friend George Gurgel, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Now, Dan has an underhook on the left side, and he lets it go. Marcus holding onto a foot, looking for a foot lock. Dan Hardy's in trouble here.
Davis.
Dan's got to push it off, which he does with his foot. Now you got to straighten his leg out. He's got to be careful he doesn't get heel hooked.
Marcus Davis really looking for the submission.
And Dan just put his own foot back into position. Oh, good job by Davis spinning around behind him. And Dan Hardy on his feet.
Delagrati in the background asking for the clinch.
Now this round is crucial right here. This is crucial. Because you got to give most of this round so far to Marcus Davis. You hear Marcus, you hear Mark Delagrante. We need another takedown. We need to be on top. They're aware that this is a crucial round.
Well, octagon control has belonged to Marcus Davis. Effective striking. Wow, the elbow and the knee certainly could give that
Look
nod
at
to
this.
Hardy, and now it's a takedown for Dan Hardy.
Now the difference between Dan Hardy and Marcus Davis on the ground is that Marcus has been threatening off of his back. Dan has been doing the most damage standing up. If I was Dan,
big elbow.
I would try to separate here.
Stay out of danger, buddy. Marcus, you stay out of danger.
Stay out of danger, you hear from Mark Delagrate.
He's dangerous here. Be very careful.
He's bloodied up too.
He's bloodied up.
That might have been that elbow that just landed, Joe.
Stop right there.
Yes.
They're gonna check it.
Marcus, I know you can hold those guys.
They're gonna check the cut, and then they'll go back into the same position.
You're good, Marcus. You're good. You're good, Marcus.
Oh, he says he's good, but meanwhile he's having a hard time getting up. Did you see him wobble there when he got up?
Absolutely. It's on the bridge of his nose. Look at his nose.
Okay, back on your back, Marcus. On your Marcus. Marcus here. On your back. On your back.
On your back again.
Yep.
Okay, hold it there, guys.
And,
Hold it
you know,
there.
look for
Ready?
Dan Hardy to
Go.
come slamming down now with hammer fists and elbows.
I know you can do it, Marcus.
Davis looking to control.
Right here, kid. Right here what you can.
Delagrati, you can hear him in the background. Hardy trying to earn himself a decision victory here.
Watch the big shots.
Dan Hardy, if he can stay on top, this is going to look real good for the judges. Marcus is bloody,
You're about 45 seconds away. You're doing great. Keep his head down. Don't let him make
and the judges, I'm sure, saw Marcus get up and look kind of wobbly. Hammer fist by Hardy.
Don't let him make caution, Marcus.
Guys, improve that position. Come on, improve.
1 minute
Yes.
remains in the fight.
Yes.
Davis trying to work his way back up if he can. He's at least working his way to the fence.
Standing him back up. And Marcus's face is a mess.
But this time they're standing them up so they can exchange.
The problem might be that Marcus has blood in his eyes, though. And
He
there
just
wipes
wipes his
them.
eyes.
It's going to be very hard for him to see here. And he ate a left hook. His face is a
35
bloody
seconds.
mess. And look at the hematoma on his left face, the left side of his face. Nice
Good
inside
kick.
leg kick.
Davis with the left hand. Hands up.
I think we're gonna see a high kick from Dan Hardy.
Hardy just missed with the hook. 15 seconds. 10 seconds remains in the fight. Here's Davis again
Good
pushing
left
forward.
hook by Dan Hardy. Davis looking for a takedown here.
The judges will render their decision, and they shake hands.
Good fight indeed. Wow. Well, you know what? You look at their faces, you got to give it to Dan Hardy. Marcus Davis definitely took the most punishment in this fight. He was knocked down by a big knee. He was hit with some vicious elbows, and of course the ground and pound in that last round.
The nose.
Here's
Boom.
the, oh man,
elbow.
nasty elbow from the guard. And there you see it again.
You're all right. You're fine.
You know,
Your head,
I
bro.
gotta
Your
think that it really
Your head.
helped Dan Hardy
did
that
beautiful.
Marcus Davis hated him so much in this fight. You really saw how tense
You're
Marcus
good, bro.
was.
You're good. Deep breaths. Slow down. You're fine. You're okay. So good. You're fine, brother.
Going to be very interesting to see what the judges think. Hardy walks over to the corner of Davis. Respect to crew Mark Delagrati.
Get this shirt on. Let's go.
Will it be Dan Hardy or Marcus Davis, the victor here tonight?
Yep. Let's go.
Davis had a lot of control in this fight,
Hands in. Hands in. Drop the mouthpiece. I'll get it.
but the bigger strikes that were landed by Dan Hardy. The judges have rendered their decision, and here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Doug Crosby scores it 29-28. Hardy. Andy Roberts scores it 29-28. Davis. And Tony Weeks scores the contest 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Dan the Outlaw Hardy.
Dan Hardy, the winner by split decision.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Dan the Outlaw Hardy. Dan, very close fight, close decision. Marcus Davis obviously seemed to be a bit unhappy about it. How do you feel about the fight and how it went?
Well, just give me a second, people. I just want to make something very clear. At this level of competition, you need every advantage you can get. And Marcus is one of the toughest guys in this division. All the psychological stuff, I know we're not getting on anymore, and that's cool. I don't need friends, I need opponents. Marcus is a cool guy. I just want to say I respect him a lot, and all his team, and everybody that's supporting Marcus, keep supporting him. We need you to support the support. Thank you.
That was a big part of your strategy coming into this fight, was to get him worked up, and you really got under his skin. How much of an effect do you think that had on the way he performed tonight?
I don't know. You know, I think, to be honest, it made him train a lot harder than he would have normally. I respect Marcus. You know, he's coming here, 100% performance. I don't need to try to upset people. I mean, thanks to Ben, the Mohawk, that upsets enough people as it is. Whether it had a factor in the fight or not, I don't know. I'm sorry it went to a decision. I wasn't planning on it, but it's so strong. What can I do? Thank you for your support, everybody.
3 fights in the UFC, 3 victories. Congratulations. Dan Hardy, ladies and gentlemen.
Very classy in victory, the outlaw Dan Hardy.